Did you know there's a country so secluded it doesn't even have an airport? A place with no military, no coastline, and almost no crime? Welcome to Liechtenstein, a true mountain fortress where empty roads, local wine, and silence aren't awkward, they're sacred. This is the richest country in Europe per capita, yet they don't let just anyone in. Ready to find out why? Welcome to Liechtenstein. Tucked like a secret between Switzerland and Austria, Liechtenstein is what some call a landlocked island. It's one of only 2 countries on Earth that are landlocked inside other landlocked countries. The other one, Uzbekistan. That's how rare this setup is. There's no airport. You can't fly in directly. The nearest major runway is in Zurich, about 85 miles away. Arriving here involves trains, buses, or a very scenic road trip. And the army? Gone. Since 1950, Liechtenstein dissolved its military after deciding it just didn't need one. No border tension, no looming threats. Just diplomacy and neutrality holding the line. Safety comes from tight community, shared values, and an almost obsessive respect for order. The crime rate is so low it borders on surreal. One of the few reported incidents in recent memory was a wallet being returned with the cash still inside. Could you live in a country with no military and no flights? If yes, comment the number 6 or share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Could you live in a country with no army, no flights in, and silence after dark? Liechtenstein, where the head of state isn't just royalty in name, he's royalty in action. The Prince of Liechtenstein is one of the wealthiest monarchs in the world, with an estimated net worth of over $4 billion. Unlike in most European monarchies, where kings and queens mostly shake hands and wave from balconies, Liechtenstein's prince can dissolve parliament, veto legislation, appoint judges, and if it comes down to it, block anything he believes threatens the nation's integrity. People trust him. In fact, back in 2003, there was a national referendum to increase his power, and the majority voted yes. In a time when most countries are questioning leadership, Liechtenstein doubled down on theirs. For outsiders, especially people burned out by political division and gridlock, this might feel oddly appealing. No endless congressional brawls, no partisan shouting matches. Just decisions, made quickly, enforced cleanly. And why is this place the richest country in Europe? The answer may surprise you, but first, take 5 seconds to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content. Liechtenstein's population stands at just under 39,000 people with a GDP per capita of over $175,000. Liechtenstein's economic engine hums quietly on niche manufacturing and financial services. We're talking dental implants, precision instruments, high-end metalwork, and discreet banking for global clients. You won't see smokestacks or tech campuses, you'll see spotless workshops and silent wealth. Unemployment, just 1.5%. Sounds like paradise, right? It is if you're a highly skilled worker, a remote entrepreneur, or a quiet millionaire. But if you're coming in with basic skills, limited savings, or no EU passport, brace yourself. The country is selective. There are strict limits on foreign workers. Most low-skill or service jobs are reserved for Swiss or Austrians who commute in daily. And even if you land a job, the cost of living can dwarf your wages. More on that soon. Most locals work in family businesses or small companies passed down through generations. There's pride in that continuity. You won't see Bentleys or designer boutiques. You'll see clean sidewalks, small banks, and alpine work-life balance. If you're a tech founder, an investor, or you bring in-demand expertise, Liechtenstein could be the most peaceful base camp you'll ever find. But if you're looking for a place to start over, take any job, and slowly build a life, it might not be so welcoming. We're going deeper into what nature feels like when it's both postcard perfect and emotionally intense, because Liechtenstein's environment will surprise you. Imagine renting an entire country for a private event. Liechtenstein once offered exactly that. For around $70,000 a night, elite guests, often CEOs or celebrities, could rent the nation for a full day. Unfortunately, the Rent-A-Country program ended a few years ago. But here's the thing, you don't need to rent it. You can still explore every village, every vineyard, and every mountaintop on foot, by bike, or in a rented car in a single weekend. There are no massive crowds, no hop-on hop-off buses, no influencers shouting into GoPros. Instead, you'll hear the sound of wind in the trees, church bells, and your own footsteps echoing down cobbled lanes. If you're craving DJs, chaotic food markets, or rooftop bars, look to Zurich or Innsbruck. They're just a short drive away and bring all the heat Liechtenstein politely declines. The wildest part of the night might be sipping local wine in a candlelit courtyard with silence you can actually hear. Liechtenstein may be one of Europe's tiniest countries, but when it comes to landmarks and infrastructure, it punches way above its weight. On one side, fairy tale castles and cobblestone streets. On the other hand, state-of-the-art tunnels cut straight through the Alps. Here, the past and future are always shaking hands. Let's start underground. The Galp Tunnel stretches 6.7 kilometers. That's over 4 miles of precision engineering, slicing through mountain granite to connect this tight-knit country. It's not just a tunnel, it's a lifeline, keeping tiny Liechtenstein moving despite its rugged terrain. Grapit's 8,500 feet above sea level. That's taller than any peak in the Rockies east of Colorado. You can hike it. No ski resorts, no gondolas blasting techno music. Just clean air, wildflower meadows, and views. V's Castle, the royal residence. It looks like something out of a European daydream. Stone towers perched above the capital, forests hugging its flanks, the Rhine flowing in the valley below. What places in Liechtenstein impressed you the most? Leave us a comment with the names and we'll reveal how you can visit them. 160 square kilometers, smaller than San Francisco. That's all of Liechtenstein. You could drive across it in under 30 minutes and still have time to stop for coffee. It's the 6th smallest country in the world. No coast, no airport, no sprawling suburbs. It's not the kind of small that feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of small that opens up the longer you stay. You've got glacial rivers carving their way through valleys, meadows green and untouched, dotted with wildflowers and wooden benches. Villages clinging to steep hillsides, their slate roofs slick with rain, their church bells marking time like they have for centuries. Every road curves, every view expands, and every moment feels like you've stepped into a storybook someone forgot to mass market. There's no rush here, no pressure to be seen, no ads screaming at you from buses. You can walk into a bakery, order fresh bread, and be the only person in line. You can hike for an hour and hear nothing but the wind through pine trees. For some, it's peace. For others, it's unsettling silence. This country is slow, not lazy, just content. And if you're single, especially from a fast-moving, individualistic place like the US, this can feel isolating. People here grow up together. Families stay close. Friend circles don't change quickly. In Liechtenstein, the sky changes everything. Summer highs around 20 degrees Celsius. Winters often -5. That's about 68 in the summer and 23 in the winter summer. The mountains glow with late golden light. Locals are out hiking, biking, and sipping wine by the river. You'll see children walking home alone from school. Couples sitting on benches with no phones in sight. You'll feel finally like life has a pace again. But then comes winter. The air turns sharp, the skies go gray, and the silence so peaceful in July starts to feel heavier. Winters often reach -5 degrees Celsius. That's 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Snow falls softly, not in chaos, but in layers. It's beautiful, almost cinematic, but also isolating. If you're used to cities that never sleep, you'll notice the difference fast. Seasonal depression is real. If you're planning to move here, pack vitamin D, a good coat, and maybe a therapy app. More importantly, bring emotional resilience, because Liechtenstein won't fight to keep you happy. But if you can be happy here, it will reward you in ways few places can. A official language German with a charming Atlantic dialect. But this isn't Berlin German. It's softer, warmer, mixed with something ancient, the Alemannic dialect, called Alanic locally. It's musical and earthy, a spoken rhythm passed from grandparent to child. Don't worry, most locals speak High German, and many understand English. But if you're here to integrate, expect to hit a wall until you show effort. About 80% of Liechtensteiners are Roman Catholic, not in a loud, preachy way, in a quiet, lived way. You'll see churches perched on hilltops, visible from almost every village. Crosses in gardens. Nativity displays during Christmas that look like miniature movie sets. And Sundays? Shops are closed, streets are hushed, families gather. You'll see locals sweeping the sidewalks in front of their homes, often at dawn. Kids walk to school alone, even in the fog. Elderly neighbors say hello by name. There's trust here, a kind of interpersonal confidence you rarely see anymore. Women in Liechtenstein have diverse and striking appearances, graceful, independent, and educated. Most women here carry that Central European blend. Fair skin, high cheekbones, soft jawlines. Eyes in every shade from ice blue to earthy brown, framed by light or dark hair, often straight or gently wavy. You'll notice athletic builds, thanks to the outdoorsy lifestyle, and that gives off a kind of self-assurance that doesn't need validation. Liechtenstein women are strong-willed, educated, often fluent in multiple languages. They're family-oriented but not dependent. They're respectful but not submissive. Many are active in business, education, even government. This is not a culture where women wait to be led. They walk beside you. Or ahead. Here, relationships start quietly, gradually, often through social circles and shared community. If you're coming from a fast dating culture or expect sparks on the first night, you may feel like you're playing a different game with different rules. If you value sincerity over drama, independence over codependence, Liechtenstein might surprise you. Steady, respectful, and show you care about more than appearances, doors will open. If you want to live in the capital, Vaduz, or anywhere central, expect to pay $1,200 to $1,500 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. Go farther out into the quieter towns? You might find a place for $1,000 to $1,200. Airbnb is available, but it's pricey, and rarely worth it long-term unless you're staying less than 90 days. Electricity, heating, water, garbage, $100 to $250 a month. High-speed internet? Between $44 and $88. This stuff adds up, especially in winter when heating bills climb fast. Cooking at home is the only way to keep things affordable. A solo grocery budget? Around $300 to $350 per month, if you're disciplined. Stick to local produce. Avoid imported snacks. Learn to love potatoes, cheese, and bread. Liechtenstein's national dish, Käseknöpfle, is like mac and cheese with fried onions. Delicious, affordable, and easy to make. A casual meal for one? $20 to $25. Date night at a mid-range restaurant with drinks? $50 to $100 for two. You won't find taco trucks or cheap pizza slices on every corner. There's no subway or Uber. But buses are clean, punctual, and connect every town. Monthly public transit pass, $55 to $88 depending on your route. Taxis and rideshares, $2 to $3 per kilometer. Use sparingly. Bikes are popular and rentals average $15 to $20 per day. If you're planning to stay more than a few months, you'll need private health insurance. Expect to pay $200 to $250 per month minimum. This is not optional, and the system is strict. But in return, you get top-tier healthcare, clean hospitals, and short wait times. Gym memberships, $50 to $70 per month. Liechtenstein isn't flashy, but it values wellness, and locals invest in their health. If you want nightlife, variety, or wild spontaneity, you'll burn through your budget fast. But if you crave peace, discipline, and quality over quantity, you might find that $1,700 a month here feels more meaningful than 3,000 in a noisy city you can't stand anymore. If you're American or from most Western countries, you can enter visa-free for up to 90 days within any 180-day period, thanks to the Schengen Agreement. Want to stay longer? Then you'll need a visa, and this is where things get tight. Liechtenstein issues very few residence permits each year. They prioritize Swiss and Austrian nationals. European Union citizens, individuals with specialized skills or substantial financial means. If you're a freelancer, remote worker, or digital nomad without EU citizenship or a Swiss passport, your odds are low. The application is done through Liechtenstein's Migration and Passport Office, often in coordination with Swiss authorities. Processing time? Typically 10 to 15 business days, assuming all documents are correct. Visa fees between $100 and $150 depending on the visa type. Legal translation of documents? Extra. Health insurance? Mandatory. Proof of accommodation? Also required and often difficult to secure without already having local contacts or rental contracts. And unlike popular expat havens, Liechtenstein doesn't bend rules for influencers or offer relocation incentives. In fact, they make it hard on purpose to protect their way of life. We've explored 11 amazing facts about this incredible country. If you enjoyed the video about Liechtenstein, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is the driving force that helps us continuously improve and bring you even more engaging content. Thank you, and see you in our next travel documentary. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.